You might think older adults have got it all figured out. In reality, if you scratch beneath the surface, a lot of people are plugging the holes of mistakes they made in their 20s. While you aren't expected to get it all right at an early age, there's plenty you can do now that can set you up for life, or at least make life a lot easier. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Number 1. Understand the grand scale. Perspective is not a little thing, it's everything. Realizing the universe doesn't revolve around you is a wonderful, freeing thought. It need not be crushing to your ego, but rather relieve you of a lot of stress and anxiety that you need to hold it all together, or that you're in complete control of everything that is to be. Sometimes good things happen even when you don't deserve them, and sometimes bad things happen when you don't deserve them. But there's a lot of freedom in knowing that you are just one moving part in a complicated universe of diverse and complex movements. That way, you should realize that other people's troubles and triumphs are as much your own as they aren't. It might seem like a real conundrum, but it really makes you remember the bigger picture that we exist in. This is the kind of realization, the depths of which settle in slowly and throughout your life, so take your time and explore its safe, deep waters from early on in life. As in the words of the philosopher Socrates, the unexamined life is not worth living. Number 2. Get used to letting people down. You're never going to be able to please everyone. Sure, it's nice to be liked, but this can't come at the cost of your values or drive you to burnout. Find balance and realize that meeting other people's mark only matters if you're happy with yourself first. Don't try to please other people for self-validation. In the same vein, not everyone is going to like you, and guess what? That is okay. If you know who you are, what you believe in, and what is important to you, then when people don't like you, you'll be able to identify that it isn't you the person, but rather something you stand for or do, not your person in entirety. And it just won't matter as much. Figure this out young, and you'll have a much happier life. Number 3. Find balance in pacing yourself. There is no such thing as a perfect balance. There will be busy seasons and quiet seasons. Find balance in pacing yourself. Don't steal tomorrow's sunshine with habits that rob you of opportunities that might come your way. If your work is draining 100% of your energy, you won't have energy to embrace anything else. In the same way, if your family is taking 100% of your time, then you know other areas will have to be compromised. Pacing yourself to be able to deliver what you can when you need to will help you find balance between work, life, and health. Failure to set realistic expectations of yourself and learn what to take on and when will mean you will never find balance. So figure out your pace fast. If you need to know some more about how to find balance, try our course, Mind Mastery, our meditation program. You can sign up at Alux.com/mindmastery. Number 4. Understand money as a tool. Money can't buy happiness, but it sure can buy a lot else. But the truth is, thinking of money as destination happiness is going to leave you unfulfilled and never quite satisfied. Develop a good relationship with money as a tool, a commodity that can be traded for what you need or want, but it will never fix your heart, heal your loneliness, or solve your problems. This healthy outlook will also prevent you from becoming emotionally attached to money, so your happiness will never be linked to your bank balance. For more money advice, watch our video, 15 Basic Money Skills Everyone Should Know. Number 5. Find your healthy routine. Good health doesn't come with an instruction manual, and each one of us is different. How we respond to food, exercise, and relaxation is different. So listen to your body and be aware of what does and doesn't serve you. Make sure the vast majority of what you consume and do works toward your health, because good health is everything, and there are so many preventable diseases linked to poor diet and routine. If you make it part of your routine, then it doesn't become a chore or a fad, it just is. The earlier you start, the easier it will be when life gets busy. Number 6. Be flexible. They say nothing is certain in life except change, and some people add death and taxes to the list too. The bottom line is, you can't take anything for granted. Nothing is a sure thing. Ask someone who's lost a child, was cheated on, or lost their home in a natural disaster. Appreciate all that you have, look after it, and remember that in a moment it could all be gone. That's what makes it all the more precious. Remain flexible to change, grieve loss, and allow yourself to move on with living again. Mastering this will make life flow a whole lot easier. More on this later. Number 7. Save for retirement. The difference between starting to put money away for retirement at age 25 and age 35 could mean having double the savings at retirement age. Investing in a retirement annuity shouldn't be your only retirement plan. It's best to diversify with something like the US's 401k, plus most governments offer some form of monthly pension grant. The benefit of putting money into a monthly retirement annuity is twofold. In most countries, it's considered a tax-free investment, so it can increase your annual take-home thanks to tax benefits. Secondly, you can put away less if you start early because it grows exponentially, and you secure yourself a monthly income or lump sum when you retire. Number 8. Have a good savings mindset. You won't wake up one day and suddenly have an appetite for saving, nor will you suddenly find yourself with so much extra income you feel motivated to save. Saving is a mindset, and the sooner you start, the faster it becomes a habit. The first deposit into a savings account might seem a bit measly, but when you add your second installment, something just hits home that this money is growing and it'll be there for a rainy day. It's a great feeling. Saving toward a big purchase also means you don't buy hastily or make a rash decision and end up with a boat you use once a year. When you have to wait to purchase something, you often find by the time you have the money, you don't really want it anymore. Number 9. Develop a law of attraction mindset. No matter who you ask, from Jesus to Tony Robbins, they all agree that we attract what we put into the universe. The universal source wants us to do well, and walking around with a cloud of doom and gloom isn't going to open that flow of energy into your life. Whether you believe in energy or God or not, the science makes sense. When you think positively, you find opportunities, you take chances, and try harder to realize those goals. Like golfing legend Gary Player puts it, the harder you practice, the luckier you get. Figure out this early on and the world is your oyster. And you can get some more pearls of wisdom from Gary Player in his Audible book, Don't Choke. Available for free on Audible if you use our link, Alux.com/freebook. Number 10. Have a love for learning. Be curious and make reading a habit. If you stopped learning when you left school, then you're missing out. Our hands are usually within less than a meter to an information highway with a wealth of knowledge we will never exhaust. Foster a curiosity about the world by looking things up that you don't understand. Nothing is too complicated that you won't be able to grasp the basics with some solid reading and a few explainer videos. Surround yourself with people who are fascinating and share ideas and news that encourages you to learn, relook, and recalibrate your opinion in a shifting world. This way, you'll always be young and relevant, no matter how old you are in years. Number 11. Learn to listen. The only way to learn something new is to listen. That doesn't mean being quiet until someone stops saying what they were saying so you can have your say. It means hearing what they are saying, considering it, and relating it to a situation they are referring to and your own experience or context. Listening is realizing you don't always have to respond. That agreement is often a silent nod. It doesn't have to be your own recount making the exact same point. By listening, you quickly learn how people feel about a lot of things. We can tell you now, you won't get the same insight from talking. Number 12. Get your credit score right and maintain it. When you need a good credit score to get an important loan, it's the wrong time to start working on it. But maintaining a good credit score from a young age opens a lot of opportunities to you. Sure, a credit score isn't all that matters when applying for a loan, but it is something you can pretty easily control. There is no one way to calculate a credit score. It's a mathematical algorithm applied to the information on your credit report, and even these algorithms vary between banks and lenders. To get a good credit score in most countries, you need some credit. That means getting a credit card or an overdraft or opening a store account. To get a good credit score, you need to make sure you don't default on paying everything on time. Use an app to track how much money you need to pay at the end of the month so that you have enough to take your credit balance back to zero. Number 13. Wear sunscreen. In the pursuit of stopping permanent wrinkles, they say the best time to get Botox is when you're 25, and the second next time is today. But really, all of that Botox can be avoided if you just wear sunscreen from an early age. Make it part of your daily routine and look after the skin you're in. Drinking water and avoiding sun damage is truly the only secret to youth, so start today. Number 14. Free yourself of addiction. If you want to make positive changes in your life, you need to form new habits rather than break bad ones. So for the most part, allow yourself to start positive with life and energy-affirming actions. But in the case that something negative is creeping into your life, get on top of it early. It only takes an average of 3 days to stop a bad habit. 3 mornings of not scrolling your phone as you wake up until it feels normal. 3 nights of not having a 5 p.m. drink before you don't long for it anymore. If you want to make something a habit, use the 21-90 rule. It takes 21 days to make a habit and 90 days to make it a permanent lifestyle change. It's good to know you're only 3 days from stopping something you don't like and 3 weeks from keeping going at something you do. Number 15. Plan for the future, but enjoy the journey. While you're out there making money moves and planning your future, don't forget to live in the now. The future is uncertain, so be part of the journey too. Be sure you're being mindful and enjoying the moment. Don't miss out on important family events because you're too caught up making money for your kids' future that you miss their whole childhood. Remember, all you have is now, and this is what you have control over now, so treasure it. So Aluxer, what have you gotten right from this list? What do you wish you had gotten right earlier? Let us know in the comments. And since you stuck with us until the end, we of course have a bonus just for you. A great way to make sure your life has a clear trajectory is to know where you're heading. Having a purpose can seem like a big task, but inherently when the floodwaters rise or the world goes to shit around us, we know what is important. Maybe it's having a stable income or making a difference in the world, or creating a happy home for your partner and kids. Instead of waiting until what is important to you is under threat, take some time to realize and then pursue your purpose with passion. Thanks for watching, Aluxer. Hit us with a thumbs up if you like this one, and we've got a lot more where that came from. Just hit that subscribe button to find out for yourself.